My friends, success is not a mystery. It's not some elusive concept that only a chosen few can grasp. No, success is a science. It's a set of principles that, when applied consistently, will yield results as certain as the laws of gravity. But here's the catch. Knowing these principles isn't enough. You've got to apply them. Now, let's talk about what's really stopping you from reaching the summit of that mountain. It's not the economy. It's not your background. It's not your boss or your spouse or your circumstances. What's stopping you is much closer to home. It's right there in the mirror. The first thing that's holding you back is your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you think you can't, guess what? You're right. If you think you can, you're right again. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to one simple thing: belief. I've met countless individuals who had all the potential in the world, but they were stuck in a loop of negative self-talk. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right connections. I've tried before and failed. Let me tell you something. Those thoughts are lies. They're excuses. And excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. But here's the good news. You have the power to change your mindset. It's not easy, but it's simple. Start by becoming aware of your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop. Challenge that thought. Replace it with a positive one. It's like weeding a garden. You've got to pull out the negative thoughts and plant positive ones in their place. Now, let's talk about goals. Many people fail to succeed simply because they haven't defined what success means to them. They're wandering through life without a map, hoping to stumble upon their destination. That's like setting out on a journey without knowing where you're going. How will you know when you've arrived? You've got to set clear, specific goals, write them down, make them measurable, set deadlines. A goal without a deadline is just a dream, and dreams are wonderful, but they don't put food on the table or build empires. But here's where many people get stuck. They set a goal and then they wait for motivation to strike. They wait for the perfect moment. Let me tell you something, there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It comes to those who act even when they don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's doing what you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. It's getting up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's making one more sales call when you'd rather call it a day. It's reading a book instead of watching TV. It's choosing the apple over the cookie. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. On the other hand, failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It's the cumulative weight of our disciplines and our judgments that leads us to either fortune or failure. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and your dreams. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, fear of what others might think. These fears can paralyze you, keeping you stuck where you are, never daring to reach for more. But here's the truth about fear. It's usually worse in your imagination than in reality. Most of the things we worry about never happen. And even if they do, we're usually able to handle them better than we thought we could. The key is to feel the fear and do it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the face of fear. Every successful person you admire has felt fear. The difference is they didn't let it stop them. They used it as fuel. Another major obstacle to success is lack of persistence. Many people give up just when they're about to achieve success. They quit on the 1-yard line. They give up at the last minute of the game, 1 foot from a winning touchdown. H.A. Hoppe said it best, people are always blaming circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get ahead in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, they make them. Persistence is the ability to maintain action regardless of your feelings. You press on even when you feel like quitting. When you work on any big goal, your motivation will wax and wane like waves hitting the shore. Sometimes you'll feel motivated, sometimes you won't. But it's not your motivation that will produce results, it's your action. The average person puts their ladder up against the wrong building. They climb the ladder of success only to realize when they get to the top that it's leaning against the wrong wall. Don't be that person. Take the time to figure out what you really want. What would make you truly happy and fulfilled? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Once you figure that out, you need to work on your skills. Many people want to improve their lives, but they're not willing to improve themselves first. They want better results, but they're not willing to become better themselves. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. You've got to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Read books, attend seminars, find mentors, listen to podcasts, surround yourself with people who are where you want to be. Your environment is crucial. Jim Rohn, yes, that's me, once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are your 5? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Now let's talk about taking responsibility. This is a big one. Many people fail to succeed because they're always looking for someone or something to blame. The government, the economy, their parents, their boss, there's always an excuse. But successful people take 100% responsibility for their lives. They understand that they are where they are because of the choices they've made. And if they don't like where they are, they know it's up to them to make different choices. Taking responsibility is empowering. It means you're in control. If you created your current circumstances, you can create your future circumstances too. It's not about blame, it's about power. The power to change your life. Another major obstacle to success is procrastination. Procrastination is the thief of time and of dreams. It's easy to say, I'll start tomorrow, but if you always start tomorrow, you'll never start at all. The key to beating procrastination is to take action immediately. Don't wait for the perfect moment or until you feel ready. Start now, start messy, start small if you have to, but start. Remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Many people also fail to succeed because they're not willing to pay the price. Everything has a price. If you want success, you've got to be willing to pay for it. Not just with money, but with time, effort, and sacrifice. You've got to be willing to give up the good for the great. You've got to be willing to do what others won't do so you can have what others won't have. Are you willing to wake up early while others sleep in? Are you willing to work weekends while others party? Are you willing to invest in your education while others spend their money on entertainment? The price of success is high, but the price of regret is even higher. Imagine looking back on your life in 20, 30, 40 years. Will you be satisfied with the choices you made? Or will you be filled with regret for the chances you didn't take, the dreams you didn't pursue? Now let's talk about patience. In today's world of instant gratification, many people give up too soon. They want overnight success, but success is more like a crock pot than a microwave. It takes time. The Chinese bamboo tree is a perfect example of this. When you plant the seed, you see nothing for the first year, nothing the second year, nothing the third year, nothing the fourth year. You might even begin to wonder if the seed is even alive. But then in the 5th year, something miraculous happens. The tree begins to grow, and it grows fast. In just 6 weeks, it grows to over 80 feet tall. Now, did the tree grow 80 feet in 6 weeks, or did it grow 80 feet in 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grew 80 feet in 5 years. For the first 4 years, it was developing a root system strong enough to support its rapid growth. Your dreams are like that bamboo tree. You might not see results right away, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Keep nurturing your dreams, keep working, keep learning, keep growing. Your time will come. Another thing that stops many people from succeeding is their inability to handle failure. They see failure as the opposite of success, but it's not. Failure is a part of success. It's a stepping stone. It's a lesson. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he succeeded in creating the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a successful person. They don't see failure as a reason to give up. They see it as a reason to try again, but smarter. Every failure, every rejection, every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. Resilience is key. The ability to bounce back, to keep going when things get tough. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Now, let's talk about focus. In today's world, there are more distractions than ever before. Social media, emails, text messages, Netflix, there's always something vying for your attention. But success requires focus. It requires the ability to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Many people fail to succeed simply because they're spread too thin. They're trying to do two things at once. But here's the truth. You can't chase two rabbits. If you do, you'll catch neither. You've got to decide what's truly important to you and focus on that. Multitasking is a myth. Your brain can't focus on two things at once. When you think you're multitasking, you're actually just switching rapidly between tasks, and each switch comes with a cost. You're less efficient, less effective, and more prone to errors. Instead of trying to do many things at once, try doing one thing at a time with full focus. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish. It's not about managing your time, it's about managing your focus. Another major obstacle to success is lack of continuous learning. The world is changing faster than ever before. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. If you're not continually learning and growing, you're falling behind. Successful people are lifelong learners. They're always reading, always studying, always looking for ways to improve. They understand that their most valuable asset is not their bank account or their possessions, but their mind. Invest in your mind. Read books, take courses, attend seminars, find mentors. The more you learn, the more you earn. And not just in terms of money, but in terms of fulfillment, impact, and the ability to make a difference in the world. Now let's talk about habits. Your habits shape your life. What you do consistently day in and day out determines where you end up. Many people fail to succeed simply because they have poor habits. They hit the snooze button instead of getting up early. They watch TV instead of reading. They complain instead of taking action. They spend instead of saving. They react instead of responding. These habits, repeated over time, lead to a life of mediocrity. But the good news is you can change your habits. It's not easy, but it's possible. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. Be consistent. It takes about 21 days to form a new habit, so stick with it. Your future self will thank you. Another thing that stops many people from succeeding is their inability to delay gratification. They want instant results. They want the reward without the work. But success doesn't work that way. Success is like planting a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. But once you plant that tree, you've got to nurture it. You've got to water it, protect it from the elements, give it time to grow. You can't plant a seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. The same is true for your dreams. You've got to be willing to put in the work. Now, for a payoff that might not come for years, you've got to be willing to make sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. That's what delayed gratification is all about. Now, let's talk about mindset again, but this time let's focus on abundance versus scarcity. Many people operate from a scarcity mindset. They believe there's not enough to go around. They see life as a zero-sum game. If someone else wins, they must lose. But successful people operate from an abundance mindset. They believe there's plenty to go around. They understand that someone else's success doesn't diminish their own. In fact, they celebrate others' success because they know it proves what's possible. An abundance mindset opens up possibilities. It allows you to collaborate instead of compete. It allows you to give generously, knowing that what you give will come back to you multiplied. It allows you to take risks, knowing that even if you fail, there will always be more opportunities. Another major obstacle to success is lack of self-discipline. Many people know what they need to do, but they can't bring themselves to do it. They lack the self-discipline to follow through on their commitments to themselves. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Make a commitment to yourself and keep it no matter what. It could be as simple as making your bed every morning or going for a 10-minute walk every day. As you build your self-discipline muscle, you'll find it easier to tackle bigger challenges. Now, let's talk about the power of association. Who you spend time with has a huge impact on your success. If you hang around 5 confident people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 intelligent people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. But if you hang around 5 unmotivated people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 complainers, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. Choose your associations wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and bring out the best in you. Distance yourself from negative influences. Remember, you can't soar with the eagles if you're hanging out with the turkeys. Another thing that stops many people from succeeding is their inability to manage their emotions. Emotions are powerful. They can drive you to great heights or drag you down to the depths. Many people let their emotions control them instead of controlling their emotions. Successful people understand the importance of emotional intelligence. They know how to recognize their emotions, understand where they come from, and manage them effectively. They don't let fear paralyze them. They don't let anger cloud their judgment. They don't let disappointment derail them. Developing emotional intelligence is crucial for success. It helps you navigate relationships, make better decisions, and stay focused on your goals, even when things get tough. Now let's talk about the power of your words. Many people underestimate the impact of their words, both the words they say to others and the words they say to themselves. Your words shape your reality. They influence your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, guess what? You won't. If you constantly complain about how hard things are, guess what? They'll seem even harder. But if you tell yourself, I can, if you focus on solutions instead of problems, if you speak words of encouragement to yourself and others, you'll find that your whole world starts to change. Watch your words. Speak life, not death. Speak possibility, not limitation. Speak success, not failure. Your words are seeds. Plant them carefully and watch what grows. Another major obstacle to success is the fear of criticism. Many people hold themselves back because they're afraid of what others might think or say. They're afraid of being judged, of being ridiculed, of being misunderstood. But here's the truth. If you want to succeed, you've got to be willing to be criticized. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. And that's okay. You're not responsible for what others think of you. You're responsible for what you think of yourself. Remember, the only people who never get criticized are those who do nothing, say nothing, and are nothing. If you're being criticized, it often means you're making a difference. You're stepping out of the crowd. You're daring to be different. Now let's talk about the importance of taking calculated risks. Many people fail to succeed because they're not willing to take risks. They stay in their comfort zone, doing the same things they've always done, expecting different results. But growth happens outside your comfort zone. Success requires you to take risks, to try new things, to step into the unknown. Of course, I'm not talking about reckless risks. I'm talking about calculated risks. Risks where you've done your homework, where you've weighed the potential rewards against the potential losses. Successful people are willing to take these kinds of risks because they understand that the biggest risk of all is not taking any risks. Remember, every great achievement in history was once considered impossible. The Wright brothers were told that human flight was impossible. Thomas Edison was told that electric light was a pipe dream. Steve Jobs was told that personal computers would never catch on. But these individuals took risks. They ignored the naysayers. They pursued their vision despite the odds. Now, let's talk about the power of consistency. Many people fail to succeed because they're not consistent. They start strong but fizzle out. They're motivated for a week or a month, but then they give up when they don't see immediate results. But success is not about intensity, it's about consistency. It's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life, it's what you do consistently. Now think about it like this. If you went to the gym once a month and worked out for 8 hours straight, would you get in shape? Of course not. But if you went to the gym for 30 minutes every day, you'd see amazing results over time. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Consistent daily actions, no matter how small, add up to big results over time. Another major obstacle to success is the inability to adapt. The world is changing faster than ever before. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. Many people fail to succeed because they're stuck in old ways of thinking and doing. They resist change instead of embracing it, but success requires flexibility. It requires the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Successful people are like bamboo. They're flexible enough to bend with the winds of change, but strong enough to withstand the storms. They're always looking for ways to improve, to innovate, to adapt to new circumstances. They understand that the only constant in life is change, and they're ready to change with it. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's not something you achieve once and then you're done. It's a continuous process of growth, learning, and improvement. The moment you think you've arrived is the moment you start falling behind. So my friends, what's stopping you from succeeding? Is it your mindset, your habits, your fears, your lack of goals or discipline? Whatever it is, know this: you have the power to overcome it. You have the power to change. You have the power to succeed. It won't be easy. It will take work, sacrifice, and perseverance. But I promise you it will be worth it. Remember, success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's not about circumstances. It's about choice, your choice. Every day you have the opportunity to make choices that will lead you closer to your goals or further away from them. Choose wisely. Choose success. The world is waiting for your unique contribution. Don't let anything stop you from making it. Thank you.